Krista, go on and continue.
Yeah, so my kids were, I think I already had one in college and one about to go to college, and just felt like I was being called to move on to other things. Like I said, I still loved my preschool job, but I'm not a very good multitasker. And I realize now that maybe always being in multitasking mode is not really the most efficient way to be. I mean, I shouldn't say that. No. I mean, I was pretty good at multitasking, but it is stressful to be multitasking all the time. And
yeah, you're not able to give the percent of yourself to.
Right.
Sometimes
I will say, yeah. So we'll say this. Another two things that happened. So I felt the nudge to let go of the preschool job so I could have some time with myself to see where I was going as an individual. So much of my whole life, from the moment I was born till now, I didn't have a strong identity of self or individualization. I was always a part of something, and we are. I mean, we are a part of a whole. I do believe we are a one, but we come into this physical incarnation, I think, to experience separate aspects of the whole one. And so to be able to explore who I am as an individual without being tethered to someone or something has been something that I've been really exploring, especially in this past year. I'm still a wife, I'm still a mother, I'm still a friend, I'm still all those labels that attach me to different things. But to be able to take some time to disengage and reflect on who I am as an individual, regardless of my connections and attachments, that's where I am right now, and where I've really been the past year. It's been circumstances, some within my control and some beyond my control, have taken place over the past year or two that has really brought me to this place. And I feel like it is the place I was to go. And I still don't know where I'm going, where the destination is, but I don't always think it's in our best interest to know where the destination is.
Oh, yeah, I mentioned that, yesterday, just putting one foot in front, because if we know, we try to control, it's frustrating.
Yeah, I was thinking the other day, we hear a lot, you got to stay on track, focus, keep your eye on the ball. And I'm not saying there's not times to do that, but if you stay on track all the time, if you keep your eye on the ball all the time, you miss what's going on around you. Like if you're so focused on keeping your eye on what your goal is and working toward that goal, and you don't take the little sidetracks, you might miss some really cool scenery. You might miss out on some really life-changing experiences. Mm-hmm. And you may even realize you wasn't on the right track. Right. Sometimes you got to take a detour and realize, oh, wait a minute. This detour is going to get me to where I'm going quicker than that path I was on. So I don't know. Where was I going with that?
Listen, the journey is more important than the destination. I'm sorry. I've got a cat sidekick.
Okay. So I'm not as bad as Emily. Not that she's bad. I'm joking, but yeah, I've got 6 cats. We tend to attract the cats too. Only one of the cats of our 6 cats that we have did we go pick. The rest of them, picked us.
They came to you.
Yeah. And so this is Neptune, and she's probably of the 6.
Yeah.
She's not the sweet.
She's
Matter
not
of fact, see, she just bit me. She's not sweet. But she's my familiar. she's my Reiki cat, my yoga cat. I call her a dragon. Yes, dragon energy. She's just a hot mess sometimes.
Yeah, this one was Charlie because he looks like Charlie Chaplin a little.
Oh yeah.
Or I was like, or Hal Hitler, but I didn't know. We'll go with Charlie.
Chaplin. Oh, what a sweetie. What anyway, so yeah, I lost my where was I?
You were talking
It's
about
me to get distracted.
sorry. Charlie. I think they like for me to fuss at them.
Yes, they like attention. But so I quit the preschool job so I could have time to explore all these that I remember where I was going. All these things that were calling to me, but looking back, there was another reason why it was important that I go ahead and leave that position. That following school year, my oldest daughter, she was a junior in college, developed some significant health issues and ended up in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
Almost for a whole month in August of 2019, 2018, 27. I don't even remember. I have to go back and look, but it was in her junior year. And she graduated in 2019. So I think it was 2018. And she struggled with some health issues. She had ulcerative colitis really bad. I think she'll be okay with me sharing that. And honestly, we got close to, I wouldn't say she was on her deathbed, but pretty close. She also developed C. diff, which is a very difficult bacterial infection to get rid of. And so I needed to be mom again. I needed to be there for her with that. And then the next, I think it was the following year, maybe 2 years later, my husband had a heart attack, and so I needed to be with him for that. So both of those events, it kind of redirected my path a little more too. And in the meantime, though, I was still working on health and wellness, but not so much about nutrition. I kind of, backed off on being so gung-ho about that area of my health. It's still something I revisit. I still practice intermittent fasting some. I still have short periods of times where I try to lay off the carb, the highly processed carbs, and go a little more with the good fats and proteins. But I'm not hardcore about it. But I did start exploring yoga and meditation and Reiki, which is a form of energy healing. I've been trained in Reiki. I'm now a Reiki practitioner, and I teach Reiki to other people. And I've explored my intuitive, spiritual, metaphysical side, and opened myself up to that. And I've learned a lot about myself. And so really, so I am 53 now. So I would say when I hit 50, I realized, okay, my life is half over, because I expect to live to be 100, so or older. So it's like, okay, my life's half over, and now it's time for Krista 2.0. It's time for Krista to see who I really am, where I'm really going, what I really came here in this lifetime to do, and what is my mission. And the details, the work is still a work in progress, and it's not so, I feel like now it's not so much what I'm doing that matters, but it's not what I'm doing, but who I am, what I be, my beingness. I'm a human being.
Yeah.
What did I come here to be? Not what I come here to do. And I feel like it's just to love, and not just to love people in the action, in the verb, not just to do things of showing acts of love. It is to be love, to be the noun version of love. And all these things, and I almost feel like it's come full circle, and it's not always easy to just be love, just to embody love, whatever that is. What is love? So these are the kind of things I think about all the time, and I try to put those in my life, and just to be in the moment, and be open to what's coming next. Like I said earlier, I don't know where my destination is, and I'm okay with that. But I know.
Well,
go ahead.
I was gonna say that you share that you tell a lot of people just be, and that's what you're gonna do for the next the future. Just try to just be.
Yeah, just be present. Just breathe. Just take where you are. And I know that's hard to say. Like when you're in the middle of a crisis or trauma or situation, and you hear somebody say that, you just want to look at them like you're crazy, But really, that's all we can do. That's all we really do have, is the moment. And like you said in your interview, sometimes you just got to put that one foot in front of the other, but don't focus so much on where that foot's going to go and land. Focus on where that foot is at the moment. When it's on the ground, it's on the ground. When you pick it up, you pick it up. When you put it back on the ground, it's on the ground. Don't keep looking constantly ahead. Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I ramble.
Yeah, no, and we are looking forward, sort of, but if we try to get focused on way out there on the horizon, we're gonna miss a rock that's in our way if we're not looking down at our feet. So I think we have to.
So you could trip on that rock, but you could also, like, there was a rock you could have picked up and put in your pocket that was a beautiful rock that could have been your new friend.
Yeah,
you missed it, wasn't looking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So anyway,
new rock pit.
Yes. But since then I have continued my yoga studies and Reiki and a few other modalities I'm working on, and I have recently, along with a partner of mine, opened a health and wellness center, which I'm really excited about, and we can talk about that more in the future. But it's my new baby, because I am a mother, I think I will always be a mother. And if I don't have children, I'll just have pets or the work I do. You
Yeah.
know, I will always be a mother. And so now I'm helping give birth to this new endeavor. There's 7 of us in the center, and it's just, I'm so excited. But the thing is,
excited too.
you know, but this is what I've said, because it's a little scary. I mean, I've never been a businesswoman. But if it falls apart, I don't even care, because at this moment, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep moving forward, and I'm not afraid about it failing. And I'm not afraid that I'm going to fail. If I fail, I fail. If I don't, I don't. It's really feels good to just allow things to flow versus scratching and clawing and trying to make something happen. There's a difference between trying to make something happen and allowing something to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we have to do the work to get there, but you don't have to push or force. You can just allow it. So that's where I'm going the second half of my life.
And I feel that same way with Granny's front porch. And if we're able to continue doing sisters talk on Granny's front porch, that is great. If it is just me continue to make a post so we can keep up with the day that our dad died, or that recipe to make, baked beans, and that's solely there. It's just a space held in the web where we can all go. That's fine too.
Exactly. I'm open to where spirit, God, or my higher self, whatever you want to call it. So I'll share this too. I don't remember if I said this already, but about 6 months ago, when I was at another crossroads of, okay, so what's next for me? Where am I going? I told God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, that I was willing to do whatever it was I came here to do. I'm willing to do it. Then I told him what I wasn't willing to do. I said, I'm not. I said, I'm not going to intend, because this is something no father in heaven would ask us to go against what our heart is telling us.
I know exactly what you're saying.
I said, I'm willing to do the work I came here to do, but I will not fight for it. And I will not put my family in any kind of detriment about any little projects I go do. Like I'm not going to put the commitment I have to my family, my husband and my children and my household, and I'm not going to fight for something, and I'm not going to do anything that's going to be detrimental to my personal well-being, anything that's going to not be good for my health, my emotional, mental, spiritual stability, but those are my only stipulations. Besides that, I am a vessel, I am open, and I'm ready to allow. And I said that about 6 months ago, and then just went on about my life.
Oh.
And then it happened.
Yes, it amazes me, all the things that just fell into place for you, or just, they just all came together. And
it didn't just haphazardly fall into place.
Right,
but it's like once I was ready to move forward, once I was ready to move forward, things came into place. And I do think it was divine timing. I think there were other things at play. And look, we talked about, like we've already said, this was probably 10 years ago that we started this, and we all kind of wanted to do it, but we kept, one of us would be busy, or it just, for us all to do it together And this happened overnight too. This
Yeah.
started 2 years ago, but this reboot, we didn't sit down 6 months ago and say, okay, 6 months from now, we're going to do this, 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 this. Like, I think you just like a week or two ago was like, okay, let's do this. And me and Jeff were like, okay. And I'm going, yeah, the rest of my life is just about to explode. It might as well join the explosion. Let's just do it.
Yes. Well, I wrote on there 10 years ago that, I would like the space of Granny's front porch to be like you're a fly on the wall, or you're listening to a conversation on the front porch. And like I said, I had
Which
never,
we did, which that happened a lot. We were little kids playing on the front porch, listening to our aunts talking but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I had never imagined that this would be one of the avenues, or one of the ways that we could do this. And I know, it's so exciting.
No. And I had been fighting Zoom and like all this virtual stuff. I'm like, no, I don't like that. I like to do in person. I still do. I still prefer in person. But it's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a tool.
And I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning all this as we go as well. And you had mentioned something about when you told God, I'll do this, but this is not where I'm gifted. And we performed growing up at churches, singing. Remember that? And I have awful stage fright. And I told God, that I will do things. I'm fine in an intimate setting talking, but I get tongue-tied. Please don't ask me to go up on stage. And, I've had opportunities where people have asked me to, give my testimony. And I was supposed to give it to at a woman's conference. And I fell down at my knees crying, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't get up there in front of 500 women and share. Well, at the time it was my testimony. And and actually that moment that it happened spawned me to start utilizing my writing. And that's kind of where Gentle by the Word and all that, just because you feel like a failure and that you can't do you can't also compare ourselves to everybody else. And sharing your gifts, we all can't be superstars. We all can't be, self-help people.
Gurus,
Yeah.
Right. And so, Emily, I honor and respect that you didn't do that. You could have pushed through it.
Yeah.
But you chose not to, and that was, but like you said, that led you to seeing what you were capable of. And sometimes if we push through, just because we can do something, don't mean we should do it.
Yes.
Sometimes even if there's something we're good at, like I was a good preschool teacher, and I could have stuck in that career and maybe worked my way up to being a director somewhere, and that wouldn't have been a wrong choice. I'm not saying I could, I could probably still be doing the work that I came here to do while being a preschool director. But I honored the nudge that I had that, no, this isn't the path I want to take. And I think God, we did come here with free will, and we can make decisions, and we can change our mind. Even if we do have a work, we can change our mind and not do it. I don't know how fulfilled we're going to be at the end of the day, but we do have free will. But God will step in and give us the strength to do the things if we feel it in our heart. It's all about what's in this heart. It's not always up here. It's what's right here. What do you
Right.
feel right here? And
Right.
that's what can lead you. But yeah, not everybody. I mean, I'm in the process of because now I have this new venture, and now I'm doing this with you and Jennifer. There's other things I was involved in that I'm kind of having to take a back seat to. It's not that I don't love them. It's not that they are not still important to me. It's not that I think they're not valuable anymore. But we can only put our energy in so many pots before we're depleted. And I finally realized that and this is going to circle all the way back to the beginning of our conversation.
Yes, please do.
My house and things being out of order and me needing to let go of things. So there's a process, there's a lesson to be learned in letting go of things, because not only do we need to let it go, maybe because it's taking up too much of our energy, but if we let it go, then someone else can have it. If I let some of these other commitments go, someone else who's in a different part of their journey, on a different road, on a different path maybe, but we're along, but it's similar to mine, and this is the time for them to do that. And so I think it's important that we listen to those nudges. The feelings we feel, our feelings are important. We shouldn't be dictated by our feelings, but we should listen and at least give them a moment of reflection and attention, enough to see, is there a message in that feeling? And so yeah, I'm excited to see where our endeavor goes, and then where each of our individual paths are taking us. We've always been close. We talked about that before, that we've had times of ebb and flow with our consistency of interacting with each other.
Yes.
But that was in order for personal growth to take place, because like I said, we were so much a unit all the time that it was important that we each experience ourselves as an individual without giving up the belonging.
Yeah. And I know when I get you and Jennifer had mentioned that maybe she shouldn't be part, because whenever the three of us get together, you two dominate and I'm usually down here and I listen. But I mean, I really prefer listening, when y'all talk, because like this, I get paused and I'm off in my mind, I'm thinking, and
and then when it's the three of us, during your pause, me or Jennifer one's going to jump in and start talking.
Exactly.
So this all worked out. So whatever retrograde we're in that caused Jennifer not to be able to hop on, I mean, I would love to hear. And in the future, we're going to have more three things, but more, I mean, of us three talking. But no, things work out, because even if things don't work out the way we planned, or even if they don't work out right, it just still allows other things to happen. So this was beautiful. I tell you what, sorry I ran this interview so long.
Oh, that's fun. I mean, are you yeah, I wanted to share that
yeah, if you have any,
if you're kind of if we're at a breaking point or stopping point, there will be more that we can discuss later in different, unless there's
I think we're at a good time to tie up this conversation.
We haven't gotten together yet, but I'm wanting to have a sister talk about my father. The anniversary of his death is just right around the corner, July 9th. So if we get our acts together, God willing, or if the moons and suns and all the planets align, we will get back
ancestors.
We'll get back together, hopefully with all three of us, and have a quick little a quick little talk about our dad. And anyway, I guess we're going to end it now. I am so appreciative of you taking time out of your busy schedule to do this with me today, Krista. And I know you have a lot going on, and hopefully you'll share some of your new ventures. And once everything gets established with your businesses, if you want to share what those are, that's great. If you don't, that's great too.
Mhm.
And again, thanks for spending your time with us today. Like, share, subscribe to Granny's Front Porch. The website that's on YouTube, and the website is grannysfrontporch.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.